Allow me to talk about break even in Forex. What does that mean and how to handle that? Both Forex and binary trading are so tamandio umaliza watu. You know, one thing with binary is not a live market, my friend. Binary is being controlled by people somewhere. It's not a live market. That's why you see it even function all over the weekend. So nobody should lie to you that binary is a live market. But you can try. You can always try. Even you, the guy saying Tama, just try. Try and see if it's Tama or I have also another lady who was part of us last year. I will tell you her story about the binary. She also tried. I have about 10 good examples of binary. So when you see me saying binary is not a good deal, I understand. I'm talking from the point of proper understanding. Okay. So when we say break even in Forex, what does break even mean? Kindly let's learn. Even if you are joining us for the first time, just follow. We will tell you where to start. So when we talk of break even, which is called BE in Forex, what does this term mean? Follow closely. I'm going to do an example of what we mean by break even. Let's say you took a buy trade. Buy simply means you are speculating that the market will go up. That is now buy. When you speak that the market will go up and it goes up, that it means the market is buy or bullish. So probably I entered Euro USD at 1.080841. Okay, maybe you entered Euro USD there. Then you are saying this market will go up. But in case this market does not go up, it starts going down, I'm willing to exit here by few pips, 1.08, probably 21. So in case this market does not continue up or does not buy, I will exit at this point. But in case it buys, I'm willing to exit and book my profit probably at 1.080881. Okay? So, this is what we mean by break even. Remember, you are willing to lose about pips, targeting approximately 40 pips. Okay, you are willing to lose 20 pips, targeting 40 pips. So let's say, you know, the market is dynamic, and I'll also be showing us from the chart again, so that by the end of this session, you'll have understood what it means by breaking even. So let's say you took your trade here, and the market is going up in your direction. The market started going up, probably to go to that point. Maybe you are targeting 40 pips, and now you are at around 20 pips. Let's say here is around 20 pips. Okay, let's say at this point you are at 20. So if this market pulls back and hits your stop loss, are you going to exit with a loss or a profit if everything remains the way it is? Tell me down there on the chart. I've entered the market, it's at this point. If it starts selling and maybe pulls back down, probably to this point, will I exit with a loss or a profit? I want to see if your people are following. Will I exit with a profit or a loss? Betel with a loss, Dollar Comedy with a loss, Jonathan Deto with a loss, David Sylvester. Just answer what you think, with a loss. If you think profit, just like profit. Esther Nekesa profit, okay, Keith loss, Peter Mwangangi loss. We are over 140. What is your answer? Still lost, loss, profit, Javan Ken, loss. Yes. Now let me explain. You are trying. Some profit, George Kimani, loss. Now, if the market went to this point, you are at a profit of around $20 or 20 pips. Then it starts going down. If it passes your entry, this is where you enter the market. And now it's going below your entry. It means you are losing. So eventually, if it gets to where you are stopping the loss, it means you have ended with a loss. That's why you are stopping the loss at that point. So a good trader, when the market moves in your intended direction, adjust the stop loss. Take the stop loss from that point. If let's say I'm now at 20, okay? Let's say now you're at this point at 20 profit, okay? What you should do, take the stop loss from where it is down here and now put it above the entry. So I will say probably I will now move stop loss there at probably 1.0808, probably 48. It is above the entry point. Remember, this is where I've entered the market. So the market has moved well and it is in my intended direction. I will now adjust the stop loss from where it was and place it above the entry. So in any case, if now this market decides to pull back, if this market now decides to sell, if it hits my stop loss at that point after I have adjusted, will I exit now with a profit or a loss? Remember, I'm now above the entry point. So will I exit with a profit or a loss? Let me see. Will I exit with a profit or a loss? Profit. Peter Mwangangi, profit. Dollar Comedy, profit. Eric Mbuvi, Diana Mkena, Esther Nekesa, profit. Moses Okeyo, Emmanuel Odongo, David Sylvester, Dennis Olode, Jonathan Deto, Ngoro, you are very consistent. Ian, Dennis Muturi, Mutisia, also very consistent guy. All of you are saying profit. Thank you so much. You are getting it. You have now managed the risk and ensure that in case this market decides to pull back, I will exit probably with around what? 41 and 48 is around 7. So I will exit with a profit of 7 pips. Okay? That is what we call break even. Now, allow me to show you practically on the chart what break even means. Allow me again to share the charts. If you are, people are now still answering profits. Thank you so much. If you are a beginner, just follow. We are going to give you further instructions after this session. Now, let's go to the chart and see. Confirm that you are able to see my chart. Confirm that you are able to see my chart. If you are able to see my chart, kindly confirm. If you are seeing my chart, kindly confirm that I'm able to see your chart. Please confirm. Yes. Please confirm that you are seeing my chart. Okay. Now follow closely. Follow closely. I ask you to follow closely. I'm just going to use a maximum of 5 to 10 minutes to explain this concept. Okay. Now, let me use I can even use this €USD or I use GBP USD on the chart. Okay. Assuming, let's use this day on 25th of March. 25th of March. Or let's even use today. Let's even talk of today. Use €USD today. Okay, this is today. Okay. Now, let's go to probably minute 15 chart. I want to explain to us what break even means. Okay. Let's even go on the lower time frame. So, assuming this market touched this white box and you decided to sell. So let's say you decided to sell at this point, you entered your sell here. Said, Mzito, I've done my analysis so well, and I'm willing to enter sell at that point. Let me use my sell as blue. Okay? Let me use my entry as blue. So you've entered the market there. Okay? Then, that is at 1.0815 or 14. Then I've said, I want this market to go down, but in case it starts going up, I'm willing to stop the loss probably at this point. Okay, I'm willing to stop the loss probably at that point. So let me do my loss as red. Okay, as red. Then I've told myself, in case this market goes according to my profit or my speculation, because I want it to sell, if it gets to this point, I want to exit at that point with what? A profit. This is where I want to exit with what? A profit. So at that given point, I have my entry here. Let me change the color of the stop loss. I have my entry there. I want to stop the loss at that point, and I want to exit at profit of this point. Okay? Now the market starts moving down. You entered, let me do a vertical line on where you entered. So you enter the market here. That is where you enter the market on this candle. Then the market starts going down, continue down, continue down, continue down, probably to this point. At that given point, let's say you are almost half. Let me adjust this. So you are almost half your take profit. Like you have covered almost the same distance as what you are risking. So the market goes to this point, and now you decide from where I entered, which is this blue line. Let me delete this if it will allow me. Yeah. So you entered on this blue line. So if this market has sold, you see now it is up to this point. So if this market sells to that point, I now adjust the stop loss. I will take the stop loss. Remember, you entered on this blue line. You now decide, no, I'm going to adjust and put my stop loss below the end point. So probably I do my stop loss there. I entered on the blue line. Now the market is going down, but I have locked the profit. Now the stop loss is below the entry. So tell me, like now for this case, now the market continued down so well. It never got to my profit, but pulled back and touched this stop loss line. Will you have exited with a stop loss or a profit? Tell me down there on the chart. Will you have exited with a stop loss or a profit? You have 130 of us. I want to see over 100 answers. Will you have exited with a loss or a profit? Or are you not seeing my chart? Aha, people are seeing my chart, okay? Profit, Brooke, we are supposed to meet. I think I will look for you probably over the weekend or early next week. We'll also be launching our Nairobi office very soon. We'll be giving the confirmation if it will be possible before the end of next week. Yeah, little profit. So that little profit is what we are calling break even. So instead of just waiting the market to get to your profit, take profit, which sometimes it might not get there. So what you do what? You break even. You break even. Eno, kindly help us to mute. Yes. So that is what we term as okay, Eric, thank you so much. I think I will repeat. Let me repeat, but now I'll repeat with a different example. Let me use a different currency to explain the same. Kindly follow. If you understand this concept, it will be very easy for you. Okay, so that next time when you handle the market, things might be very easy for you. Okay, now assuming the market touches the white box, and when it touches the white box, you know very well it's a confirmation for sell. Which candle is this? Those were in class yesterday, these two candles. What is the name of these two candles at the stop and high? Tell me down there on the chart. What is the name of these two candles? Tell me the name. Tell me the name. Tell me the name. What is the name of those two candles? Aha. Those were in class yesterday. Yeah, bearish Arami, bearish inside. Juju, bearish inside. Bearish Arami, bearish inside. Aha. Bearish inside. Ian, bearish Arami. Aha. Benz, bearish Arami. Kate, bearish inside. Bearish inside. B inside. Dorcas Ochieng, bearish Arami. Correct. Now, assuming you are trading this day, and you decided to enter the market after that bearish engulfing Arami, you said, I'm going to sell at that point. So my entry candle is immediately after the bearish inside, which is that candle. And you said, I'm willing to lose up to this point. I'm willing to sell, but I'm willing to lose. If this market starts buying, I'm willing to stop my loss at that point. So let me do my loss as red. I'm willing to stop my loss there because you are saying the market will go down. Means if it starts going up, you are losing. So I'm willing to stop my loss there. And my entry is here. This is where I've entered this market on that vertical line. So let me do my entry as blue. So I've entered the market there. Be specific, this candle, the vertical line shows the exact candle that I entered the market. And probably I'm targeting down here. I'm targeting to exit probably down here. Okay. Well, let's say probably here, down there. Okay. So the market starts selling. Let me do a profit on green. So the market starts going according to your speculation. Keep on going down. Okay. We are exiting at this green line. So immediately after you entered, it continued down, continued even further down. You see, you even covered that point. So you tell yourself, I will not wait for the market to get to the take profit, because the market is always dynamic. Something can happen. So let's say when this candle was at this point before it closed, you realize that this market might get to my take profit, but let me lock some profit. So take the stop loss up there. Initially you are supposed to lose to that point, but now this market is going according to your speculation, it's going down. Come, place the stop loss below your entry by few pips. Now in the plan you are being told the exact number of pips, so you place your stop loss below the entry at that given point. That is where I'll say, in case I was asking, so this market sold to that point and pulled back and hit your stop loss at this point, will you have exited with a loss or a profit? Tell me down there in the comments. If you see loss, just say loss. If you see profit, just be honest. Tell me profit. Don't copy the answer. You just say what you believe. You believe you're going to exit with a small profit, a small loss, or a full loss or total loss. Caroline Karaoke, loss, profit. Caroline is profit, sorry. Esther Nekesa, profit. Alice Richu, profit. Javan Ken, Emmanuel Akida, profit. James Odhiambo, profit. Christian Ian, profit. Yes. So anytime I see people are getting it right, anytime the market goes in your intended direction and you lock or you place your stop loss below for sell or above when you are buying, that is what we mean as break even. You ensure that you have locked some profit, or rather you can put your stop loss exactly at the entry. So in case the market pulls back, it will still take you out with 0.00. So that is what we mean by break even. Just to ask, before I do maybe one more example, just to ask, how many of us who never knew about break even, you have now captured something on break even? You never knew of break even, but you were saying, Mzito, I think I've understood that thing. So it is ideally locking some part of the profit. That is what we are calling. You never knew anything about break even, but now you can say, Mzito, now I understand. Yusuf, yeah, I understand. Correct. Dollar Comedy, I understand. Eric, me, and now I have understood. Thank you so much. Understood. If you haven't understood, tell me, Mzito, repeat. I do understand. Caroline, I do. Sophia Kayega, Sophia, very consistent. I do. Joshua Mwema, understood. I do. Let's say you're even a beginner, but you have captured the concept. Understood. I do. Understood. Had an idea, but now it's clear. Thank you, Peter. Ronald, I'm a beginner. See, beginners are getting it. Me and captured now. I don't. Mojo, you don't understand. I think I'll repeat. Please repeat. I do. I've understood. I'm going to do one more. Getting clearer. Understood. So because of the few, just allow me to repeat. But also want to inform us that the challenge is ongoing. You will get to understand these things better if you do practical. I didn't, but now najua chenye naendeleza. Thank you so much. Well understood. So challenge is ongoing. Challenge is whereby we are trading as a community, whereby if the market confirms, we will always tell you. Market hits your stop loss, is a time to adjust or to break even. Now that you know what is break even, we will always communicate. It's time to break even, you'll hear me telling you it's time to break even. It's time to do this, you'll hear me telling you this is the right time to do this. So being part of the challenge is very, very important. Remember, trading alone is one of the first tickets to exit the Forex market. If you want to quit Forex within a very short time, please trade alone. Is when you will understand what I mean. Probably you might not get what I mean, but the easiest way to quit Forex is doing it alone. So join the community. If you haven't joined the challenge whereby you are doing it as a team, kindly join. If you are beginner's class is starting next week. I will confirm on the dates. And another important information is that don't trade with your own capital kindly. You better ask us how to go about it. I will advise, I will help, and I will ensure that you are not losing money. How? We have what we call copy trading. Copy trading is basically where you copy my trades, the trades of Mzito Forex community or Mzito Forex Global. So you have your $100 minimum is $100. You have your $1,000. You have your $10,000. Instead of losing money, you better liaise with people who are doing Forex professionally. So as you are learning, you can allow your money to be making something small as your capital before getting to understand. Okay? Yeah, you are allowed to join beginners class again. Can you help us with how to break even using phone? Yeah, I think I will do with the phone practically tomorrow because it's past time. We always finish at 9:30 and we are going to do that. So kindly allow me to maybe give this and do one example, then conclude. In fact, I will not even do an example. I'll allow those who have missed the point to watch the video because I've recorded. Okay, beginner class is starting next week. Yeah, waiting for beginners class from Mombasa. Hashtag Zero Forex Global. Thank you so much. Beginners class is starting next week. So I'm saying, instead of, if you are wondering, stop following people, stop to maybe taking signals and losing your money for free before getting the right information. Get to follow us by joining our classes. When you join my class, maybe the class of April, you have your $200 account, you have your $300 account, you have your $1,000 account. I will advise that, let's say you have your $1,000, for example. Okay, you have, let's say, your $1,000. From your $1,000, our target every week is to make 10% of the profit, minimum of 10% every week. This is our target, 10%. So far, this means there's a person who is making a lot of noise. Who is this person? You are interrupting the whole meeting. I think Maureen. I think your mic is not muted. Let me help you mute. Okay. So let's say you have your $1,000. Our target every week is 10% per week. Like so far, we have made 14% for this week. In the case of this week, we have a profit of about 14% by now. So from your $1,000, by now you'll have earned, if you are following us, you'll have earned $140. So it means, if you pay us, because we take around 40%, you will have around $90 profit per week, and you don't know even how to trade. You are still learning. And on the other hand, probably as Mzito community, because we are helping you to trade, will have taken around $50. But remember, your capital is safe and it is growing as you are learning. That is the most important thing. If you have your $100, as you are learning, you will have this money grow. Maybe if you do it for 2-3 months, at the end of the month, if you make 40%, is like $40. Okay, $40, you will have around $30. It means your capital is still intact and you have $30 on top. That's why I recommend, if you are in a position to do copy trading, text Gladys and ask her kindly help us on copy trading. She is very, very much available and willing to help. So if you are interested in copy trading, you can as well reach out. How many are ready for maybe copy trading? Maybe let me see by show of hand. Type down there on the chat so that probably will also reach you out. Already we have most of us following us already, and they can attest that it's working and things are not bad. Okay, so make sure that you also be part of copy trading if you can. It's not compulsory, but those who are willing. So Jonathan Deto, I'm willing. Okay, those who are willing, type down there, I'm willing. Then probably I have a lot of us who have already contacted me. If you have reached me out, no need to worry. I will confirm to you by tomorrow. James Odhiambo, how much? Minimum is $100 to follow us. Minimum is $100. Maximum is what you can afford. So there is no maximum for copy trading. I would recommend, if you are even in position to do $1,000 plus, the better for you. But if you do $100, the minimum, still okay. You will be learning and your money will be growing systematically. Because if you try to just do it alone with your $100, losing $100 will just take you at most 1 week, at most. So make sure that on copy trading, and it's well working. But now I'm stuck, challenge. Please assist. Yeah, Caroline, she's mentioning that she's on copy trading and they are benefiting. Yes. We are supposed to have a host today. I apologize, guys. I even forgot, but allow me to formulate the questions now, then probably tomorrow evening. Tomorrow being a Friday, we don't usually have a class. Should I do it during the London session or we do it in the evening? Tell me down there on the chat. I have $100 to give out. Now I don't have a Kahoot here. So be equal Simu probably I will help us do tomorrow during the London session. Do we do it tomorrow evening? But now we'll just be doing the Kahoot alone. So I'll spend like maximum 30 minutes in that session. We do it tomorrow evening. Okay, evening. Majority of us are saying evening. So tomorrow being a Friday, we don't usually have a class, but I will consider that. We'll have a Kahoot. I will be issuing out $100. I'll even consider maybe up to 200 if possible. So make sure that you don't miss that session. So we'll do it tomorrow evening as from 8 p.m. So it will just be a short session, 8 to 8:30 p.m. I'll share the link around 7:50. So having said that, I'll allow you to go and watch this video again to recap. Let's join hands. Let's get determined and change the notion that Forex is a scam by getting to understand how to do it professionally. It might take time, but if you are following and you are aligning yourself with us, you will eventually get there. Okay? So those who have not maybe probably understood, I will also recap this, what we have already covered today on break-even, on live accounts, tomorrow during the London session. So make sure you join the London session. I will be there specifically as from 10 a.m. I'll share the link around 10:15, so the session will start before 10:30 tomorrow. So make sure that you purpose to attend. Maybe I take a comment from 2 or 3 of us, but before that, this is my humble request to all of us who are here. This is my humble request to all of us. So I wish you all a blessed evening. Your foundation matters a lot in Forex. If you find a mentor who gambles, that is the kind of trader you will eventually become. Okay? Yeah, so I'm going to show you how to modify the very, very simple. Very, very simple. I just wanted this to record. I think the session is being recorded now. We can start. So I'm telling us the foundation in Forex matters a lot. So if you get it right from the point go, the better for you. If you get it wrong, that is how you will continue, or that is how you will remain in all your journey as a trader. So being part of people who have, some of us have lost money, and by the grace of God, we go to a point of understanding how to do it professionally. And now we are doing it professionally. That's why we are able even to guide you in the right direction.